This is Berlin, the capital city of Germany and the largest city in this country. Based on the banks of the Spree River, the city of Berlin is a true Western European city. And tonight, 13,000 plus are expected inside of the Uber Arena for WWE Bash in Berlin. Tonight, from the heart of Berlin, Germany, the world watches as power collides with destiny. A night filled with clashes of gold and glory, of power and control, of payback and pride. Champions will be tested, rivalries will ignite and evolve, and history will be written on international soil. A bloodline civil war brings us a battle many thought we'd never see. A street champ, determined to take over his family, stands across from the chief of the entire tribe to decide who truly sits at the head of the table. Wins, losses, and legacy come to a head as a prince looks to finally prove he can slay a mad dragon with championship gold on the line. And three icons whose paths have intertwined through errors, through pain, and through glory meet once more to prove who stands as the absolute best in this industry. Tonight, the world bears witness. Heroes will rise, empires will fall, and from Berlin, legends will be born. This is WWE Bash in Berlin.
And now, WWE presents Bash in Berlin.
13,149 have descended upon the Uber Arena right here in the capital city of Germany, Berlin. And we are set to kick off the action right here, right now.
The following is scheduled for one fall and is for the WWE United States Championship.
And what a way to kick things off tonight at Bash in Berlin. Now with the United States Championship from SmackDown on the line. Here is a man whose rise we have witnessed firsthand all year long. Trick Williams has challenged for the United States Championship in the past, but tonight feels different. Tonight feels like it just may be Trick Williams' night. It was 2 weeks ago on SmackDown that Trick Williams pinned the shoulders of the United States Champion Austin Theory in the midst of a tag team main event. Trick earning his opportunity at Gold and Glory tonight. Will he be able to seize the day and leave Germany with the red, white, blue, and gold? It certainly sounds like Trick Williams is the favorite in front of these 13,000 strong in Berlin. Austin Theory better bring his A-game. The rise of Trick Williams has continued week in and week out on SmackDown, and tonight, very well, could be the crowning moment in Trick's young career. Austin Theory has held the United States Championship since the month of July at Money in the Bank, defeating LA Knight and Andrade in a triple threat matchup to secure the gold. Tonight it is different. Tonight it is one-on-one, and tonight he's up against a man who has had his number in recent times. This is not the first interaction between Austin Theory and Trick Williams. We talked about the tag team matchup, 2 weeks ago on SmackDown. There's also a couple of other tag team encounters between these two when you go back to the spring on the blue brand as well. Austin Theory and Trick Williams, two very opposite superstars, but they share one common goal, and that's the United States Championship that is currently around the waist of Austin Theory. He may not be the fan favorite here in Berlin, Germany, but Austin Theory very used to operating on soils like that. Austin Theory could be public enemy number one in terms of Trick Williams, but tonight, Theory's confidence at an all-time high. Theory believes he can do no wrong, and even when there's humps in the road, you gotta give the devil his due. Theory knows how to bounce back. Will tonight be one of those nights? Well, a great way to kick things off here at Bash in Berlin. The United States Championship comes your way from Thursday Night SmackDown, and two young studs set to clash over the red, white, blue, and gold.
Introducing the challenger. From Columbia, South Carolina, weighing in at 205 pounds, Trick Williams. And his opponent, from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 220 pounds, the WWE United States Champion, Austin Theory.
Let us not forget about Austin Theory's successful United States Championship defense back at Saturday night's main event in August, where clean as a whistle, no questions asked, he pinned the shoulders of the former champion, LA Knight. Like Austin Theory or not, he has continued to get better. He has continued to prove that he is a deserving champion. And although Trick Williams pinned his shoulders in the midst of that tag team matchup 2 weeks ago, will that momentum be enough to turn away the champion here in Berlin? We are going to find out. The bell has sounded. The United States Championship is on the line as we kick things off here at the Bash in Berlin, Germany. Trick Williams has challenged for the United States Championship earlier this year during the midst of Jey Uso's championship reign. Of course, that was during his time and part of the Trick Mello gang, but really ever since Trick Williams booted Carmelo Hayes off of SmackDown all the way back in the early part of the summer, Trick has reshaped his focus. He's got one goal, and that's the United States Championship. Trick starting out this matchup hot out of the gate, looking to be the pace setter, if you will, against the defending champion. Austin Theory, however, you got to give the devil his due again, not to sound like a broken record, but definitely has more big match experience, at least in this situation with Trick Williams. Austin Theory, year after year, has continued to get better. Let us not forget, he's a former WWE champion going back to his rookie year here in WWE. Austin Theory, incredible athleticism there as Trick Williams gets taken off his feet. It's going to take a hell of a lot more, however, for Austin Theory to retain his United States Championship tonight. Talked about that successful defense back at Saturday night's main event in August. Those moments after Theory had defeated LA Knight, was holding the championship high, that Trick Williams arrived on the scene, really just called out Austin Theory from the top of the aisleway, saying, this is what's coming in your future. I'm gunning for your gold. And Trick Williams has not let up on that goal ever since. A couple of victories over another veteran in Jimmy Uso throughout the summer. And then, of course, that tag team win alongside Ilja Dragunov 2 weeks ago. Trick Williams looking to ride that momentum into Germany tonight. Closed fist right to the jawline. That's a knockout blow any day of the week, twice on Sunday. Austin Theory looking to worse for wear at the given moment. And there's a belly-to-back suplex by the challenger. Trick Williams rocking those Jordan colors here tonight. Gonna need to come out here and play his game to the best of his abilities if he wants to leave with the gold. Austin Theory on a wobbly foundation, and Trick Williams, you gotta give him credit. This young cat is really dictating the pace of this matchup thus far. Austin Theory showed some glimmers of hope, but the challenger really doing his homework on the champion's game. Trick Williams again, testing against Jey Uso all the way back in the month of February at Elimination Chamber for the United States Championship. And even since that night, Trick has gotten just so much better, especially on his own. So has Austin Theory. He's seen some bumps in the road in the early part of 2025, but is really starting to put his pieces together once more the last couple of months. Winning the United States Championship, retaining it ever since. Will tonight be another successful defense? What a discus forearm to Trick! Theory continuing to add new wrinkles to his arsenal. Only getting better. And not looking to let up on this United States Championship reign. Talked about Theory holding the WWE Championship in his rookie year in this industry. Let's not forget about some of his other accolades. Former WWE Tag Team Champion Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic winner alongside his old tag team partner and Grayson Waller. Theory also former King of the Ring winner back in 2023 as well. Dare I say, this is the best version of Austin Theory that we have seen thus far. On the other side of the corner, this is the best we've seen of Trick Williams thus far. And look at that! Trick Williams went for the drop kick. Theory was able to sidestep and then delivered a drop kick of his own. And both these young men, very young, very agile, and still so much career ahead of them. But tonight may be Austin Theory's night to see his name in the lights. And there's a kick out by Trick. Theory dropping Trick Williams right on the knee. Williams has got to have some screws loose after that, but able to kick out. Trick knows what many of us know. Championship opportunities don't come around every day. You got to make the most of it. And Austin Theory knows that fact as well. He fought for months on SmackDown to try to get himself a United States Championship opportunity. Trick Williams would have kicked out moments ago, but Austin Theory doing what champions do, keeping his foot on the gas pedal and not looking to allow a rally here from the challenger. What a maneuver that time! Now sitting out in the pinfall, referee Chad Patton there to count the shoulders, but again, it is another kick out by Trick Williams. Austin Theory may have been in the ring with Trick Williams a couple of times this year in tag team bouts. Whole different bout when it's one-on-one. Theory truly getting that first-hand look at just how much Trick Williams has grown and how much better he has gotten inside of that ring. I don't think it should be taken any lightly. The Trick earned not one but 2 victories over a veteran in Jimmy Uso throughout the summer. What about that matchup all the way back in the early part of the summer, that last man standing affair? And it's his old friend Carmelo Hayes on SmackDown, the one where Trick Williams booted Melo off of the blue brand. Victory after victory for Trick, stacking up. Austin Theory looking to squander the momentum, however. Missile drop kick off the middle rope, and that was a little bit closer that time, but Trick Williams still able to pop the shoulder. Theory starting to get a little frustrated, dare I say, that Trick is showing this much heart and this much resilience, but Theory shouldn't have expected anything less. Trick wants this championship matchup and wants to leave here at the gold nearly as much as he wants breath in his lungs. Theory pulling out some of his best maneuvers, best tricks thus far, and over there's the trick out of the man himself. A ground and pound on Austin Theory. Trick Williams has got a moment here. Can he capitalize? Starting to unload. Theory to the corner. House of Fire. Comes the challenger. And maybe the rally is starting to begin here in Germany. Series of strikes by Trick Williams. Discus big boot. Into the cover to win the United States title. Not just yet. Kick out by Theory. Big boot by Trick Williams. Austin Theory may be counting sheep at the given moment, but Trick has got to keep his foot on the gas now, as he's got Austin Theory hurt. Trick Williams knows that he can pin Austin Theory. He did it 2 weeks ago on SmackDown. Confidence is at an all-time high. Can he capture glory here tonight at the Bash in Berlin? Trick Williams has never lacked confidence, but you know it has only grown that much more since he knocked out Austin Theory with that trick shot 2 weeks ago. Oh, there's a counter by Theory. Oh, hold on here. Trick might have got caught into the inside cradle by the champion. Austin Theory thought he had Trick put away. Williams able to break up that pinfall. Little reversal by Trick that time. And a Trick shot. Trick strikes into the cover. Oh, and the maneuver that pinned Austin Theory 2 weeks ago. Not enough tonight. And you gotta believe that's Austin Theory digging down deep, knowing the championship is on the line tonight. Everything to lose for Austin Theory, and he had, with all of his might, to kick out of that Trick shot before the 3, before his championship aspirations went up in smoke. Well, the question now is, Trick Williams just threw his best shot. Is he going to be able to find something else in his arsenal that can throw Austin Theory off his game? Theory catching Trick with a shot right to the abdominal that time. Williams set into the ropes, set to the corner, we shall say. Austin Theory able to survive that Trick shot, but what has he got left? First Trick on the top. Wait a minute, Theory, middle rope Spanish fly. Multiple times already, we talked about the youth and the athleticism of these two men. Theory now, a tail down on Trick Williams. And Theory gonna retain the United States Championship. Well, Austin Theory really in the middle part of that matchup became the aggressor and put Trick Williams in a position to fight from underneath. And Trick did just that. The discus big boot that you will see momentarily. The Trick shot. It really seemed as if the challenger brought his A game and was within mere seconds of leaving Bash in Berlin as the United States champion. Unfortunately for Trick Williams, the combination of strikes that kept Theory down in the tag team matchup 2 weeks ago was not enough tonight. The United States Championship was on the line. Theory scratched and clawed for months at an opportunity just to hold the gold, and you best believe he was going to push himself past his limits, trying to retain it here tonight. Gotta give your hats off to Trick Williams. He's showed his best cards. He continues to get better. But Trick will have to live to fight another day as Theory is leaving with the gold.
Here's your winner, and still WWE United States Champion, Austin Theory.
Andrade, LA Knight, Trick Williams, Austin Theory's list of championship retention continues to grow. You may not like his attitude, but nobody can deny Austin Theory's success. This November, the heat rises to a whole new level. Live on Sunday, November 9th, the WWE returns to South Beach, Miami, Florida, for a night where grudges burn hotter than the Florida sun, and bad blood finally boils over. Championships will hang in the balance. Metal will be tested. Rivalries will explode. Every superstar stepping into that ring has something to prove and someone to destroy. Because when tempers flare and egos clash, there's only one place where it all gets settled. Presented by Noah Nation Gaming channel memberships, this is WWE Bad Blood. Well, we will be live just 3 weeks from tonight from the KCI Center in Miami. We're heading to South Beach Sunday night, November the 9th, live at 5 p.m. Eastern Time for the 2025 edition of Bad Blood. But we got more action on hand here at the Bash in Berlin. And the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship is on the line. the man Becky Lynch, her partner to arrive momentarily in the Queen Charlotte Flair. Officials spoke to both of these women earlier today, where they stated this is a must-win for the veteran challengers tonight. You look back at the last couple of years here in WWE, and both Becky and Charlotte feel they have taken a back seat to a lot of the youth movement that has happened within this company. You look at names that are challenging for the WWE Women's Championship later tonight, like Lyra, Valkyria, and Tiffany Stratton, superstars that were compared to Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair for years, but now have really, let's just say it, taken their spots in this industry. Becky and Charlotte have come together, and they have targeted Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill in hopes of capturing the Women's Tag Team Championship and really reminding the locker room that, hey, we're still here, we're still a threat, and we still got what it takes to fight amongst the best. Will they be able to get the job done? That is the question we remain an answer to. A lot of the WWE Universe may feel indifferent about this tandem, but Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair have been to the dance, and they have won at the dance time and time again. But on our previous sentiments, it is what have you done for me lately in this industry? And you look at the last couple of years, Becky and Charlotte have challenged for WWE Women's Championships, have challenged for gold across Raw and SmackDown, but have been unable to get the job done. Becky and Charlotte come to the Uber Arena tonight looking to prove they still have what it takes. Two bona fide future Hall of Famers, no doubt about it. And they're looking to add to that Hall of Fame accolades that they both have tonight. And once again, in their already historic careers, capture championship gold.
A storm is coming.
You know, this coming Tuesday will mark exactly 1 year since Jade Cargill arrived on Monday Night Raw. And still 12 months later, she is glowing like the superstar that she is. She's only gotten better, and nobody can deny the success, especially when it's wrapped around her waist. It was earlier this year at WrestleMania, in the month of March, that Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair came together to take out common enemies in Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez. They captured the Women's Tag Team Championships in Philadelphia on the grandest stage of them all. We have seen Bianca and Cargill contest for those championships numerous times since then. One of their toughest challenges, you go back to the month of May, when they turned away Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton's attempt at winning the Women's Tag Team titles. But standing before the champions tonight, two top players of this industry, Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, who aren't looking to slow down for anybody and are looking to use Bianca and Jade as stepping stones to reestablish themselves in WWE. And you talk about the last year in WWE with Jade Cargill. But what about the last year in WWE for Bianca Belair? Dare I say, maybe a name that has flown underneath the radar on Monday Night Raw. You look at the list of accolades. You look at the fact that last November, Bianca Belair was in the midst of a WWE Women's Championship reign. And when that came crashing down, it only took a couple of months for the EST to wrap gold around her waist again at WrestleMania. And Bianca and Cargill have only thrived since then. A tandem that came together really out of the convenience of targeting common enemies, but boy, have they thrived. But we state again that no doubt tonight is the biggest challenge to date for Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill with the Women's Tag Team Championship on the line. Our second championship matchup here in the Uber Arena at Bash in Berlin. Let's send things down to Alicia Taylor.
The following contest is a tag team match scheduled for one fall. It is for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. Introducing the challengers, the team of Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair. And their opponents, the team of Jade, Cargill, and Bianca Belair.
Well, this has become a tag team championship affair a couple of months in the making on Monday Night Raw. It was back in July that Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair resurfaced for the first time since prior to WrestleMania earlier this year, and were shockingly standing side by side when they confronted the tag team champions. Since then, they had picked up tag team victories, and most notably the singles victory a couple of weeks ago as Charlotte Flair tapped out Bianca Belair on Monday Night Raw. Really no denying that the challengers had earned themselves an opportunity at the gold ever since that night. Well, we are underway here in this tag team matchup. Jade Cargill and Becky Lynch locking horns for the very first time. In the first few moments of this matchup, and look at Cargill. You want to send a message in the early part. Moments after the bell has sounded, use your strength, send your opponent flying over the top rope, and then do some push-ups afterwards. That's some mind games. That's the confidence at an all-time high at Cargill. Sometimes confidence can be a detriment to some superstars. Sometimes they get overconfident and overcommit inside of that ring, but again, when you look at the last 12 months of Jade on Monday Night Raw, hard to say that her confidence has been a detriment to her. Becky Lynch, the veteran here, in this situation against Jade Cargill, but Jade Cargill all over the man in the early moments. There's the tag to the EST, Bianca Belair. Bianca and Jade only getting better, only getting more cohesive as a team ever since they won those women's tag team championships back in WrestleMania. Double suplex into the splash, and there's Bianca Belair into the early cover on the man. Becky Lynch here. I think that's one of those situations where I'm not sure if Bianca really believed she was going to keep Becky Lynch down so early, but A, just trying to force Becky to extend some energy, and B, just trying to get in the psyche of the man, saying, we're ready to knock you off at any given second in this contest. Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair, they are the ones who wanted this challenge, wanted this fight. And now that they got it, it's their opportunity to make the most of it. Combination to explode her out of the corner by Becky Lynch. And now here we go. Charlotte Flair back into the ring with Bianca. 2 weeks removed from tapping her out on Monday Night Raw. Gotta wonder if that has messed with the psyche of Bianca. You want to talk about mind games and confidence and all those things that can be detrimental to what happens inside of that squared circle. Defeating a superstar by pinfall is one thing, tapping him out is another. Charlotte Flair may have the up, at least over the EST, coming into this matchup tonight. And look at Charlotte going after the leg, going after the knee of Bianca Belair. Could be trying to soften her up yet again for the figure 8 leg lock later on in this contest. Charlotte Flair locks in that submission. History could very well be repeating itself. In front of 13,000 plus here in the Uber Arena, and down to the outside we go. Bianca is fighting in enemy territory right now, and after the offense she has taken over the last few moments, a tag to Jade Cargill would certainly be wise, but right now, Bianca Belair is dealing with the punishment of the Queen at ringside. Back first to the barricade, follow that up with a knee. Charlotte Flair getting tagged in and just picking apart a woman who has also been a decorated champion here in WWE. Talking about Charlotte, as well as Becky Lynch. Hold that thought. Charlotte Flair spinning back discus elbow. There's a near fall that time. Bianca able to survive. What an emphatic maneuver by the Queen. What we're about to say is we talk about Charlotte and Becky being bona fide future Hall of Famers. I think you could throw Bianca Belair in that same category as well. There's some tandem offense by the challengers. Becky and Charlotte have known each other for over a decade inside and outside of that ring. They've been friends, they've been rivals, now they're partners, and they're looking to take away the gold from the reigning defending champions here tonight in Germany. Bianca and Jade really went into their tag team match earlier this year at WrestleMania with little to no experience teaming up with one another. They have been fruitful ever since, but Bianca and Charlotte, I should say Becky and Charlotte, definitely with more experience in this situation. A couple of months ain't enough to outmatch over a decade. But Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair share between each other. What a reversal there by the EST. Float over into the belly to back, and there's a much-needed tag to Cargill, who comes in full head of steam and cuts the man in half with a spear. And Cargill looking to retain the championships, but Becky Lynch kicking out. Gonna be feeling the effects of that spear, no doubt. She'll be icing those ribs later tonight. Cargill coming in and doing what she does best, just being a presence maker inside of that ring. Tag made to Charlotte. And this is a standoff I think a lot of people have been waiting for. Charlotte Flair and Jade Cargill one-on-one. Oh, look at Cargill. Giving the chop right back to Charlotte Flair. She ain't gonna stay down for anybody. Jade Cargill, the superstar of today, and one of the many that Charlotte and Becky may have a problem with, feeling that their spots have been taken by the likes of Cargill. And look at the strength. Cargill just sending Charlotte to the opposite side of the ring. This freaky-like strength is what has made Cargill, at least one of the reasons, so successful. There's another kick out. A couple of near falls already in this women's tag team championship bout. Both these teams bringing their best, not holding any punches. You'd expect nothing less on a night like tonight. Lights are on bright, championships on the line. Go big or go home. There's a reversal by Charlotte Flair, who sends Cargill into the corner. A little variation of a spear at herself, just delivering that shoulder block right to the rib cage. Now it's Cargill going for the amusement park ride. Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch plotted for months to get themselves in this opportunity here tonight in Berlin. Best believe they're not going down without a war. Jade Cargill sending Charlotte Flair for a couple of rides in this ring already. Charlotte now dishing the fight back, but now Cargill not staying down for long. And a sit-out powerbomb by one half of the champions. And Flair, last second, that's a 2.9 if I ever saw one. Able to kick out of such a powerful and impactfully delivered powerbomb. Bianca Belair tagged in. House of Fire sending Flair into the corner. Gotta believe Bianca's looking for some retribution after being tapped out on Monday Night Raw 2 weeks ago. I'll tell you, Charlotte might have survived that powerbomb, but she had something taken out of her. Bianca coming in is just picking up right where Cargill left off. Charlotte going to the outside here. Bianca hot on her tail. Flair might have just goaded her in that time. But there's the veteran instincts. Like her or not, Charlotte and Becky not afraid to bend the rules if it's going to get them closer to championship gold. Becky hung up on the top rope. Bianca hung up on the top rope, we shall say. Now Charlotte Flair once again back in control, and there's the tag to Becky Lynch. Bianca Belair on a wobbly foundation. Here comes Becky Lynch just charging at her, full head of steam, and drops the leg. Becky and Charlotte have made it this far. Will they capture the championships tonight? Becky Lynch now going for the disarmer on the EST. Will Bianca tap out again? And oh, Jade Cargill coming in to break things up and just mows over the man while she's at it. Jade Cargill ensuring that a tap out is not going to break the end of their championship reign. Becky Lynch knocking Cargill off the apron, but that gave Bianca a moment's notice. Now Bianca goes behind. Becky's off her feet. Face first on the canvas she goes. Into the cover goes the EST. Charlotte Flair now breaking things up. I think referee Daphne LaShawn got caught up in the crosshairs that time. Charlotte Flair just trying to get over that pinfall as quick as she could. Well, hang on here because Bianca's got her hands on the queen. Bianca wiping out Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch. German that drops Bianca right on the back of her neck. Another sneak attack on Cargill. Flair's down, Cargill's down. Becky, manhandle slam to Bianca Belair. Dead center of the ring. And we got new tag team champions. Cargill was knocked off the apron. Bianca was knocked out. Dead center of the ring. Nobody to come for the save. No rope to reach out to. And even though Daphne LaShawn had a couple of screws loose, a little bit of a slower pinfall, Bianca was out for the count. Well, Bianca and Jade have flourished since they won those women's tag team championships back in March at WrestleMania. But you had to believe their due date was coming. And up against two veterans like Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair, who have been plotting on the tag team champion since the month of July. Tonight was the night inside the Uber Arena in Berlin, Germany, that it all came crashing down for Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. One manhandle slam later, and the championships have changed hands.
Here are your winners in the new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. The team of Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair.
Well, they said this was a must-win victory. Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair, not to be forgotten. They have now only added to their already bona fide Hall of Fame careers. Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair leaving Berlin, Germany, the new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. Can't get enough universe mode? PLE kickoff shows, live events, all exclusive to Noah Nation Gaming channel members. Hit the join button down below and gain access to more universe than ever before. Well, ladies and gentlemen, coming up next here at the Bash in Berlin, the Intercontinental Championship is on the line as Germany's own Ludwig Kaiser is set to challenge the Apex Predator, Randy Orton. And you gotta believe Orton has made the trip across the pond in search of payback tonight after what happened a couple of weeks ago on Monday Night Raw. This assault in the aisleway by Imperium's Ludwig Kaiser, wiping out Randy Orton with the steel chair as well as the DDT at ringside. Kaiser making his intentions clear that he was coming for the Intercontinental Championship.
This following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the WWE Intercontinental Championship.
He's fighting on home soil tonight. But a little bit of a mixed reaction here for one of Monday Night Raw's smuggest superstars. Imperium's Ludwig Kaiser could be on the cusp of glory on his home soil. We have talked about for quite some time how Kaiser just needs to find a way to get the job done on nights like tonight, nights that matter most. He has been in the ring with Randy Orton before. He's been in the ring with the likes of CM Punk and John Cena, amongst other top stars in the WWE. Kaiser all the tools to be a success, but can he get the 3 count when it matters? Can he get his hand raised? And on a night like tonight, live at the Bash in Berlin, one-on-one against a future Hall of Famer, and the Intercontinental Championship is on the line. There has never in Ludwig Kaiser's career been another night where he needs to perform at his best more than tonight. Mixed reaction from his home crowd or not. Kaiser is fighting in familiar territory. Randy Orton's walking into the Lion's Den. Will tonight be Kaiser's crowning night? Or will Randy Orton make the trip here to Germany to get the payback he so desires? We might be on Kaiser's homeland, but no matter where on the globe the WWE lies, you're looking at one of the most popular superstars this industry has ever seen. The Apex Predator, the Viper, and the reigning, defending Intercontinental Champion. Randy Orton marches down the aisle with purpose tonight, not looking to let that attack from Kaiser 3 weeks ago go unanswered. Randy Orton had a target on his back the second he defeated Solo Sikoa back in August at Saturday night's main event to win that Intercontinental Championship. He's been in the ring with Obafemi with that Intercontinental title on the line. Ludwig Kaiser's trying to stick his hand in that business. And now Kaiser tonight, continuing to be in hunt of the Apex Predator, gets what he so desires, and that's a shot at the gold. An incredible sight in front of 13,000 strong in the Uber Arena. Well, no matter where around the globe this Intercontinental Championship matchup lies, one thing we do know is that we are in for a good one. Might be Kaiser's home soil, but I'm hearing a lot of RKO chants here in Berlin.
Introducing the challenger from Hamburg, Germany, weighing in at 220 pounds, Ludwig Kaiser. And his opponent from St. Louis, Missouri, weighing in at 295 pounds, the WWE Intercontinental Champion, the Viper, Randy Orton.
Well, Ludwig Kaiser has never held singles championship gold here in WWE, but he's a former two-time NXT champion in Imperium. Also here in Germany during his time on the independent wrestling scene before joining WWE, he is a former WXW Unified World Champion. Kaiser has found success on these soils before. And whether this crowd loves him or hates him because of his affiliation with Imperium and the actions that follow, Kaiser's on home soil, and they're chanting for Randy Orton. Well, this Intercontinental Championship matchup underway, and you gotta believe Randy Orton's coming in pissed off, frustrated, and is looking to channel that as always and take it out on the challenger tonight. Took a highlight, took a look at the attack by Kaiser 3 weeks ago on Monday Night Raw, but remember what happened the week that followed. Kaiser and Gunther defeating Randy Orton as well as the WWE Champion John Cena in that tag team main event on Monday Night Raw. Momentum may be on the side of Ludwig Kaiser tonight. And a loud reception as Randy Orton's all over Kaiser. You know, we said a moment ago, maybe the mixed reaction for Kaiser is due to his Imperium affiliation and some of the dastardly tactics that Imperium loves to employ. But maybe the mixed reaction is just because this Germany audience clearly loves themselves Randy Orton. Randy Orton going for the cover early there. Just trying to mess with Ludwig Kaiser and rough him up in these early moments. Orton and Kaiser have been in the ring with each other before. Went one-on-one in the final Monday Night Raw before SummerSlam. That matchup going to a disqualification thanks to Jacob Fatu attacking Randy Orton on that night. Dare I say, unfinished business there, but Ludwig Kaiser's the one who's got Randy Orton's undivided attention here at the Bash in Berlin. Kaiser looking to rise to the occasion here. Many have been questioning whether Kaiser's got that in him, but tonight we're going to find out. I'll tell you, if Kaiser does have it in him and can find a way to cut the head off the snake, defeat Randy Orton, and win the Intercontinental Championship, boy, could he ever set a precedent for what could be to come in tonight's main event when Gunther challenges CM Punk and John Cena in that WWE Championship triple threat matchup. We could be leaving Germany tonight with an Imperium takeover on Monday Night Raw. All remains to be seen as Kaiser just looking to slow down the momentum of Randy Orton. Orton loves a slow, methodical pace himself, but not when he's on the other end of it. Ludwig Kaiser extremely talented, extremely dastardly inside of that ring. Cunning, very striking inside of that squared circle. That's what brought him this far. It's one of the reasons why Gunther keeps his company. Lifelong friends on the independent scene. Now both looking to find singles championship success here tonight in Berlin. There's Randy Orton. Closed fist right to Kaiser. I think that might have knocked a couple of screws loose. Kaiser going to the outside. Randy Orton now in hot pursuit. And Ludwig Kaiser might have just goaded him in. Like him or not, that's the quick wits. That's the skill of Ludwig Kaiser coming into play. And there's Randy Orton's head being bonked off the barricade. Oh, and now into those diamond-plated steps as well. And Kaiser ain't afraid to break things down to a brawl. We've seen him get scrappy before. If he's got to do it again tonight, he will. Kaiser cleared off the announce table. The referee's at a count of 7. Kaiser's got to get this fight back inside of the ring before his Intercontinental Championship shot goes up in smoke. There's Kaiser breaking the count. Randy Orton, however, still on the outside. Ludwig Kaiser ensuring that his Intercontinental Championship opportunity ain't gonna go by that easy. Took his eye off Randy Orton, and Kaiser getting dropped on the announce table. Can't give the Viper even a second to breathe. Kaiser thought he was about to have one up on Randy Orton, maybe trying to put him through the announce table. Orton said, "Nuh-uh, not today," and used it as a detriment to the challenger, and out back inside of the ring of the suplex. Kaiser trying to break things down to a Pier 6 brawl on the outside of the ring, but Randy Orton's got a different plan. Orton did not make the trip all the way to Germany tonight just to reward the Intercontinental Championship to an Imperium representative. Look at Randy Orton just letting out weeks of anger and frustration towards Imperium, and specifically towards Ludwig Kaiser out in the given moment. Ludwig Kaiser now perched into the ring as Randy Orton comes off the middle rope with the Luthez. Don't normally see Orton leaving the soles of his boots like that, but clearly Orton's got a different game plan tonight. Just goes to show you how motivated Orton is, not only to retain his Intercontinental Championship, but to get that retribution over Kaiser for that steel chair attack. There's Kaiser surviving and dropping Randy Orton with the clothesline here. Not a lot of sustained momentum thus far. Feels a little bit back and forth between champion and challenger. May have a lot to do with the fact that this is not the first time that they've been in the ring with each other. Kaiser and Orton really starting to become familiar with each other as opponents. Into the German. Taking a page out of Gunther's book, but Randy Orton again kicking out. Kaiser getting one step closer to winning his first singles championship here in WWE, but Randy Orton saying otherwise. Kaiser wanted the kick, Orton sidestepped him, and now it's Randy Orton who's using his feet to a detriment of Kaiser, stomping the hopes and dreams out of the challenger. ever vicious, is the Intercontinental Champion. And Kaiser, may be in trouble. Perched on the ropes. DDT, vintage Orton. Kaiser may be out for good. Another cover here. And another kick out. Ludwig Kaiser able to survive one of Randy Orton's best maneuvers. Orton with the stomps, followed by the DDT off the middle. And Ludwig Kaiser has been in that position before. And just as we talked about numerous times tonight already in our other championship matches, Kaiser knows this opportunity might not come around for a long time again. He needs to make the most of it. On the top. Superplex by Orton. A maneuver made famous by his father, Cowboy Bob, and now we win another pinfall. And another kick out. Hell of a lot of near falls in this Intercontinental Championship contest thus far. Oh, and Kaiser just sent over the top rope. I don't even know if Randy Orton meant to send him out there, but Kaiser's own momentum just sent him flying to the outskirts of the squared circle. Oof. Orton going into the chase, and Kaiser with a boot right to the skull. Maybe this is an instance of Kaiser trying to goat Randy Orton in again. Either way, it has worked out. Orton now knocked off the barricade with a boot right to the temple. Ludwig Kaiser, the challenger here at Bash in Berlin, needs to start playing catch-up after Randy Orton delivered one on top of another, some high-impact maneuvers. Back inside of the ring, Kaiser taking down Orton, full head of steam. There's that soccer-like punt kick to win the title here in Germany. No, Orton's still alive. Mixed reception from this audience or not, Ludwig Kaiser's fighting on home soil, and he wants nothing more than to bring the Intercontinental Championship home here in Berlin. Randy Orton may be a fan favorite, but right now, Kaiser's taking over. On the middle rope, what a blockbuster! Just as we said about Randy Orton delivering some high-impact maneuvers, now the tables have been turned and Kaiser's in control. Down goes Orton with the DDT. Maneuver made famous by Jake the Snake Roberts. Kaiser into the cover and Randy Orton kicks out. One near fall after another here. What has been a physical Intercontinental Championship fight. As we've talked about, Kaiser has never held a singles title here in WWE. He's a former two-time NXT Tag Team Champion in Imperium. During his time on the independent scene here in Germany, he was a WXW World Champion. Can he take home the Intercontinental gold? Not if Randy Orton starts to rally, that's for damn sure. Kaiser just getting some rug burn off. Coming in contact with that rope by the Viper. A series of strikes by Orton. You see the fatigue written all over the body language of these two superstars. Orton, the Viper's toiled, ready to strike, going for the RKO, and Kaiser able to reverse. Orton wanted the RKO. Kaiser's been there, he's felt that, and he can't afford it tonight. But Kaiser now needs to take advantage of the reversal. Does he have anything left? Oh no, and there's a reversal by Orton. Kaiser looked to be going for a powerbomb, maybe a pile driver, one thing or another, but Randy Orton able to avoid disaster. Kaiser set to the ropes, Orton wanted the scoop slam. Kaiser, reversal, goes behind, crucifix pinfall, gonna steal the title. No! Well, the action's starting to pick up the pace between Kaiser and Randy Orton as we get into those championship rounds here in Germany. Orton sent into the corner, another reversal here. Both these men trying to do their damnedest to sidestep one another. They know they're getting into those rounds in a championship fight where all it takes is one more knockout blow. You only got so much left, and you got to preserve your energy and try to strike. There's a scoop slam by Orton. And Orton, once again, primed, looking for an RKO. Kaiser, again able to block it. Ludwig Kaiser avoiding the RKO at any and all cost. And Orton may be dazed. Kaiser with the overhead throw. Wiping out the Viper. Does not go for the cover just yet. I think the Imperium representative wants to put the final nail in Orton's coffin. There's the DDT. Kaiser has upset Randy Orton. Oh my goodness. Randy Orton brought his best, but it's the RKO that he was unable to deliver that ultimately aids Ludwig Kaiser in upsetting the Viper here at Bash in Berlin. We've talked about for months that Kaiser needed to find a way to put the pieces together and finally get the job done when the lights are on bright in the middle of that ring against some superstars of WWE that could take him to the next level. Well, tonight Kaiser did just that. He defeated Randy Orton, and he's leaving home soil as the new Intercontinental Champion.
Here is your winner and the new WWE Intercontinental Champion, Ludwig Kaiser.
I'm hearing some cheers, I'm hearing some boos from Kaiser's home audience. But one thing is for sure, Kaiser has shocked the world, and he's leaving the Bash in Berlin with his first singles gold. On the final night of November, the battlefield will be set. Live on Sunday, November 30th, WWE returns to the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden, in the city that never sleeps, New York City. It's the Fall Classic, where dream teams assemble, fueled by pride, vengeance, and the hunger to dominate. Alliances will be tested, rivalries will square off, and the best of the best will collide to determine who will be the sole survivors. On one of the most important nights of the WWE calendar, only the strongest will survive. Presented by Noah Nation Gaming channel memberships, history will be made at the 2025 Survivor Series. Well, we're getting closer to my favorite time of year, which means we are approaching one of my favorite events of the year, Sunday night, November the 30th, inside the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden in NYC. Cannot wait for the Fall Classic Survivor Series. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we want to take you back to earlier tonight, right here at the Bash in Berlin kickoff show. Replay available now for Noah Nation Gaming channel members. It was the Falls Count Anywhere, dare I say, grudge match between Penta and Santos Escobar. Legado del Fantasma has been dealing with the Penta problem since Penta arrived on Monday Night Raw back in the month of July, and things really escalating over the last couple of weeks on Raw, leading to this no countout, no disqualification Falls Count Anywhere matchup earlier tonight. Penta and Santos Escobar taking the fight all around ringside, but in the end, Santos Escobar's bad luck against Penta continues. A premium live event debut for the Luchador, a huge victory for Penta on the Bash in Berlin kickoff show.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the WWE Women's Championship!
Well, the action set to continue inside the Uber Arena in Berlin. The WWE Women's Championship from Monday Night Raw is on the line. And walking down the aisle, tonight's challenger, a former WWE Women's Champion who's been hell-bent on reclaiming gold ever since she lost it earlier this year at WrestleMania. Tiffany Stratton unable to defeat Rhea Ripley earlier this year, but the woman who was able to defeat the Nightmare was Tiffany Stratton's opponent tonight, the defending champion, Lyra Valkyria. When you look at the history and the series of events, Tiffany Stratton just may be the favorite in this equation as she owns a pinfall victory over Lyra Valkyria in the lead up to Lyra's contest against Rhea at SummerSlam. Well, will that victory be enough to shake the confidence of Lyra when the title's on the line? There has been some bumps in the road, yes, but Lyra Valkyria has thrived in 2025. You look at this year, and that woman holds the inaugural reign as Women's Intercontinental Champion. And even when she lost that gold, it was a mere month later that she went through multiple rounds and won the 2025 Queen of the Ring tournament. And then, of course, at SummerSlam, dethroning the Nightmare Rhea Ripley. 2 weeks ago on Monday Night Raw, Lyra Valkyria defeating Nia Jax to retain that championship, albeit with a little assistance by Rhea. But now Lyra continues to persevere, continues to push forward, and the next chapter, the next obstacle in her 2025 calendar presents itself. Tiffany Stratton has played mind games with Lyra Valkyria. Tiffany Stratton has pinned the shoulders of Lyra Valkyria. But tonight is where it matters most. The WWE Women's Championship is on the line, live from Bash in Berlin. It is Lyra's second defense of the gold. Tiffany Stratton, a former women's champion in her own right, looking to regain the gold. Who's going to get their wish? Who's leaving the squared circle with the championship?
Introducing the challenger from Prior Lake, Minnesota, Tiffany Stratton. And her opponent from Dublin, Ireland, the WWE Women's Champion, Lyra Valkyria.
Well, you know, all the talk in the lead up to this championship matchup, a lot of it surrounding Tiffany Stratton defeating Lyra Valkyria on Raw just a few weeks before SummerSlam. But a lot of people have failed to mention the fact that this whole issue between Stratton and Valkyria started back in the first round of the Queen of the Ring tournament when Lyra Valkyria defeated Tiffany Stratton. Months of history between these two women coming to a head as the bell sounds here in Germany. And look at Tiffany Stratton going for the quick cover on Lyra Valkyria, trying to knock her off and take away the championship. I think it's going to take a hell of a lot more to keep down one of 2025's best. Oh, but there's Lyra, dishing it right back to her, stacking Stratton up with the pinfall, and only a one count that time. Well, Lyra's defeated Stratton, Stratton's defeated Lyra. Tonight, the rubber match, and tonight, the night that matters most, as the Women's Championship that Lyra won back in August at SummerSlam is on the line. Similarities between these two women, of course, when you look at the accolades, both of them champions in their own right. Lyra Valkyria, this year's Queen of the Ring winner. Tiffany Stratton, last year's inaugural winner of the tournament. As we've talked about a couple of times tonight, a lot of the underlining stories of these championship matches. We are in a what have you done for me lately business, and when you look at Tiffany Stratton's 2025, a lot of it has not gone her way since losing the championship back at WrestleMania to Rhea Ripley. Stratton can say it's Tiffy time all she wants. Tonight's the night she gets her opportunity, but isn't the night she's going to make the most of it. Stratton all the tools to once again become a champion, as she is showcasing right now against the defending champion in Lyra Valkyria. Lyra put through the ringer a couple of weeks ago against Nia Jax on Monday Night Raw. So much so, Lyra was not present this past Monday. She was home recuperating from that contest against Jax. Lyra able to defeat Nia on that night, thanks to a little assistance from Nia's rival in Rhea Ripley. Lyra Valkyria on her own against Stratton here, as Stratton just sends her right to the middle rope. Tiffany looking to be the aggressor in the early moments. There's a standing moonsault. Now Tiffany going into another cover. Lyra Valkyria to kick out again. There's something we have seen in 2025 and especially saw back in August in Cleveland when Lyra was up against Rhea Ripley. Now Valkyria knows how to dig down deep, fight through the pain, fight through the punishment, and live to fight in those championship rounds where you can become a star in this industry. Lyra's star continues to grow just as Stratton's has. Gotta wonder if Stratton feels like Lyra's starting to eclipse her on Monday Night Raw. Tiffany Stratton can surely take back the mantle, we shall say, if we can get it out, as Lyra Valkyria tornado DDT out of the corner. Now Lyra's in position for a standing moonsault of her own. Hooks the leg into the pinfall, all the leverage with the champion right now, and Stratton able to kick out. And you remember going back before SummerSlam, leading up to Lyra's matchup with Rhea Ripley, Stratton was very vocal that Lyra's respect for Rhea Ripley would ultimately be her downfall. Stratton was doing all she could to get under the skin and to seep into the mind of Lyra Valkyria and really trying to throw her off her game, simply in my eyes just to get back at Lyra for knocking Stratton out of the Queen of the Ring tournament. But look at that. Look at the agility by Valkyria. Such an incredible talent. The Irish-born champion taking it to the Minnesota Queen here in Germany. Well, obviously, Tiffany Stratton's attempt at mind game, something that is becoming very familiar with Stratton throughout 2025, did not really go against Lyra come SummerSlam, as Lyra was able to get the job done. Now Stratton, of course, not only banking on her talent as Lyra Valkyria off the middle rope, off the drop kick into the pinfall. Another kick out in this championship matchup. But again tonight, not only Stratton is banking on her talent and her former success inside of that ring, but she is banking on the fact that the last time these two women crossed paths, it was Tiffany Stratton who got the hand raised. Let's not forget what happened 2 weeks ago on Raw after Lyra had defeated Nia Jax. It was Stratton who snuck up from behind and dropped Valkyria inside of the ring. Tiffany Stratton trying to pull all the strings she can to mess with Lyra Valkyria in anticipation of this championship bout tonight at Bash in Berlin. Lyra Valkyria's rally may have just been halted as Tiffany Stratton now has got Valkyria on the apron. Oh man! Look like a twist of fate hanging Lyra Valkyria up in the middle rope, and the champion's down on the outside. Lyra may be in the drop zone, is Stratton full head of steam, and you gotta give the devil her due, more than willing to throw caution into the wind, put her body in harm's way, if it means taking out Lyra Valkyria. Tiffany Stratton now sending Valkyria back inside of the ring. The challenger on the top rope. Stratton walking the tightrope. Incredible athleticism and balance by Stratton. But yet another near fall. Missile drop kick off the top rope. Executed to perfection by the former women's champion, but not enough to keep down the current women's champion. Now Lyra sent over the top rope. Valkyria down and out at ringside. Of course, Lyra with the champion's advantage here, but certainly not really in the characteristics of Lyra Valkyria to try to retain her title via counter or disqualification. However, I say it's certainly in the characteristics of Stratton to try to bend the rules and use the surroundings to her advantage if need be, to try to get the edge over the champion. Oh, for Lyra Valkyria just sent right into the steel steps. Stratton has really started to take over in this defense of the gold by the champion. Stratton breaking the count, going back to ringside, just looking to have her way with Lyra Valkyria. She's got to slow this matchup down, use her surroundings to her advantage, and just try to take Lyra Valkyria's confidence out Stratton's gonna do it in pursuit of trying to win her second championship. Another drop kick that time. Stratton just utilizing that full-fledged shot. Pair of boots right to the chest cavity. Now back inside of the ring, Lyra Valkyria's got no answer at the given moment for a woman who has pinned her in the past. Stratton now on top. And a frog splash by Tiffany Stratton. And a near fall here as Lyra Valkyria able to get that shoulder up just in the nick of time. Stratton off the top rope, but not enough to keep Valkyria down. But we know from Stratton's arsenal, she ain't afraid to go high risk, high reward. Neither is Lyra. Although Stratton might have landed that maneuver to perfection, Valkyria once again showing her heart and showing her resilience. Lyra now's the one scaling the ropes, trying to get Stratton off her tail, but took too much time. And Stratton just pulling the rug out from underneath of her. Lyra Valkyria barely getting to the soles of her boots. Stratton cartwheel, Alabama slammer, knockout blow any day of the week, twice on Sunday. But Lyra Valkyria has still got some daylight. Valkyria able to kick out. Another great maneuver by the challenger, but Lyra ever gutsy. Now Stratton just levels her with a clothesline. Stratton's got to be thinking the hell I got to do to keep this woman down tonight. Lyra Valkyria again back to her feet, and Stratton just muscling her down. Olympic level gymnast is Tiffany Stratton. Great strength in that frame. Lyra Valkyria may have meant her match tonight. The stars that aligned at SummerSlam and the luck that was on her side may be all and gone. There's Valkyria trying to fight out of the corner. Back was against the brick wall. And here comes the champion. Series of strikes. The Ireland-born fighter starting to unload. Takes Stratton's legs out. A double stomp right to the challenger. Maybe we should start to learn better than to discount Lyra Valkyria. Discus leg lariat. And a signature out of the champion's arsenal. Although effective, not enough to retain her the championship just yet. Lyra's had a great 2025, becoming the inaugural Intercontinental Champion, winning Queen of the Ring, winning the Women's Championship. Will tonight be another great night in Lyra's calendar year, or will tonight be, oh goodness. It all comes crashing down, we were gonna say, just like Stratton just did off the top rope. Stratton down at ringside, Lyra Valkyria now on top. Here comes Lyra with the elevated clothesline. Talked about Stratton not afraid to go high risk, high reward. Well, neither is the Raven-like superstar that Lyra Valkyria is, sending Stratton back inside of the ring. Lyra now once again going to the top rope. All of a sudden, the trajectory of this matchup has been turned on its head. Lyra soars off the top again, and the champion may be nearing retention of her gold. Stratton was in control for a number of minutes. Lyra Valkyria really starting to write a different story. Hooking underneath the leg, unique German suplex style maneuver here. Goes for two. And now delivers the hat trick. And after all that, Lyra finally elects for the cover. And another kick out by Stratton. And you gotta give your hats off to both of these women. Leaving everything inside and hell outside of the ring as well with some of those high-risk maneuvers. And Stratton now muscles up Valkyria out of nowhere. This has been a hell of a contest thus far over the Monday Night Raw property that is the WWE Women's Championship. Of course, tomorrow night on Raw, we got that tables affair between Nia Jax and Rhea Ripley. I'm sure both of those women have a keen interest on this contest. Is Stratton just trying to take out the elbow or maybe the hand, whatever she was going for that time. Valkyria now, once again starting to unload with the strikes. Well, Stratton able to dodge, now another clothesline. Things are getting scrappy inside of that ring between champion and challenger. Now a pair of elbows. Really a hat trick of elbows, we shall say. Lyra Valkyria is wearing the effects of this matchup all over the body language, just collapsing down to the canvas. Stratton trying to pull her towards the corner. Tiffany may be setting up for a prettiest moonsault ever. And that's exactly what she's going for. Stratton wanted to hit the PME, but Lyra got the hell out of the way and out throws her body at the challenger. Tiffany Stratton looking for the prettiest moonsault ever. Lyra Valkyria read the playbook. Needed to avoid it, and she did just that. Now the monkey flip out of the corner. The crash and burn by Stratton may come back to haunt her. Oh, it's Stratton off the reversal. Sends Lyra into the corner that time. The Valkyria now a reversal. Back into the corner goes Stratton. Lyra hoisting the challenger on top. The hell she got in mind here? Elevated X-Factor. Face first goes the pretty looks at Tiffany. And now Lyra Valkyria in position. Looking for a Nightwing. It lands flush on Stratton. Lyra's going to retain the Women's Championship. One hell of a clash here at Bash in Berlin between Tiffany Stratton and Lyra Valkyria. And you cannot say that Lyra Valkyria once again was put through the ringer tonight. There was many a times throughout this matchup where it looked as if we were on the verge of crowning a new champion. Tiffany Stratton nearly becoming a two-time women's champion tonight in Germany. That prettiest moonsault ever attempt that did not go the way of the Buff Barbie really was the beginning of the end for the challenger's pursuit of the gold. So many times Lyra Valkyria's back was against the wall, but tonight, a similar story from SummerSlam. Lyra Valkyria showing her guts, showing her resilience, and finding a way to defeat her opposer and win the contest.
Here is your winner, and still the WWE Women's Champion, Lyra Valkyria.
Even when obstacles have reared their head, Lyra Valkyria finds a way to persevere. An incredible contest tonight between champion and challenger. Stratton will live to fight another day. But tonight, inside the Uber Arena at Bash in Berlin, belongs to Lyra Valkyria. Another successful defense of the gold. Valkyria leaving still WWE Women's Champion. Well, what a night it has been thus far inside the Uber Arena in Berlin, Germany for the 2025 Bash in Berlin. But tomorrow night, we head to Barclays Arena in Hamburg, Germany for Monday Night Raw, where two women who I'm sure had a keen interest on the previous affair, Nia Jax and Rhea Ripley. The rivalry continues and is set for a tables matchup live tomorrow night on Raw. Also coming up in 24 hours time from Hamburg, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, traded to Monday Night Raw a couple of weeks ago. Cody returns to action, first match on Monday Night Raw in over a decade. And also tomorrow night, Seth freaking Rollins, the Samoan Werewolf Jacob Fatu. A score to be settled between those two individuals. Rollins and Fatu one-on-one tomorrow night, live on Raw. And what about this Thursday for the FedEx Forum in Memphis, Tennessee? Damian Priest will be in the house to go face-to-face with the man who will be his bad blood opponent on November the 9th in Miami. The question is, who is going to be Damian Priest's opponent when we get to that World Heavyweight Championship matchup 3 weeks from tonight? Well, we are going to find out coming up next live here at the Bash in Berlin. Finn Balor has yet to defeat Ilja Dragunov in 2025 when the World Heavyweight Championship is on the line. Balor, the defending champion. Ilja Dragunov raised here in Germany and returns home up next. Finn Balor, Ilja Dragunov. These two men, once again, meet inside the squared circle, both with one goal in mind, to hold the championship of the world. But this isn't their first battle. At Clash at the Castle in May, Ilja Dragunov stood as the defending champion, facing a relentless Finn Balor in Glasgow, Scotland. The Man Dragon, who's had a career year in 2025, outlasted a professional wrestling masterclass, overcoming the Prince. A month later, the odds stacked even higher when main event Jey Uso entered the fold. But once again, Ilja rose to the occasion, proving his resilience and heart as World Heavyweight Champion. For the leader of the Judgment Day, Finn Balor, the dream slipped away, but the plan evolved. Balor captured the Money in the Bank contract, and at SummerSlam, moments after AJ Styles slayed the Man Dragon, Balor struck. He cashed in and finally captured the world title. Now, months of descent and destruction from the Judgment Day have left Finn with a target on his back, and Ilja Dragunov stands front and center. Returning to the soil that raised him, Dragunov is ready for war. In 2025, Finn Balor has never defeated the Man Dragon, and while Balor holds the champion's advantage, Dragunov holds the fury of a man fighting on home turf. At Bash in Berlin, history comes to a head as the Prince defends his crown against the Man Dragon. Honor, redemption, legacy. Only one man will leave Berlin as World Heavyweight Champion.
The following is scheduled for one fall and is for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Germany's adopted son is home. A man who has had a career year in 2025 and is in search of his second reign as World Heavyweight Champion. Ilja Dragunov is relentless. There's a reason he's called the Man Dragon, because he lives by the German word unbesiegbar. It means unstoppable. It means he's relentless. It's that belief in himself that he got from being a young immigrant in Germany. Ilja moved to Germany from Russia, spoke none of the language, came from a poor family, but worked hard and became the man that he is today. Speaking with Ilja earlier today, Ilja says he is driven. He will throw 1,000 strikes if need be, and Finn Balor will feel as if the sky is crashing down on his World Heavyweight Championship reign here tonight. The 2025 Royal Rumble match winner, WrestleMania main eventer, and back on home soil, Ilja Dragunov looks to once again conquer the Judgment Day's Finn Balor and become a two-time heavyweight champion of the world. It is SmackDown's main event here at Bash in Berlin. The lights are on bright, the stakes couldn't be any higher. Well, we gave you the quick synopsis on Ilja Dragunov's career story, his life story. Here's a man who couldn't give a damn about it. The reigning, defending, Ireland-born World Heavyweight Champion, the head of the Judgment Day, Finn Balor. Finn Balor earlier in the summer captured the Money in the Bank contract, and 4 weeks later at SummerSlam, cashed in on a vulnerable AJ Styles to win the World Heavyweight Championship. Balor knows that with that world title comes a target on his back. And if that world title even wasn't around his waist, all the bad blood that the Judgment Day has spewed upon SmackDown has certainly created a list of enemies a mile long. Finn Balor has already turned away. Main event Jey Uso in his World Heavyweight Championship reign. Both Ilja Dragunov and AJ Styles had a case to be the #1 contender, and it was Ilja 3 weeks ago on SmackDown who just knocked off AJ to become the challenger here tonight in Germany. Ilja Dragunov, a deserving challenger. Finn Balor, at least at the given moment, the rightful champion. But is it weighing on the mind that when that world title has been on the line in 2025, Balor has been unable to defeat Ilja Dragunov? And although he is the champion tonight and has that advantage in his back pocket, has Balor's confidence already been rocked? Ilja Dragunov looks to do what he has already done this year, conquer Finn and leave with the big gold belt.
Introducing the challenger from Moscow, Russia, weighing in at 187 pounds, Ilja Dragunov. And his opponent from Bray, County Wicklow, Ireland, weighing in at 190 pounds, the World Heavyweight Champion, Finn Balor.
Well, Ilja Dragunov held that World Heavyweight Championship from WrestleMania in March to SummerSlam in August. It was a short-lived reign for AJ Styles thanks to Finn Balor. Gotta believe the Phenomenal One will live to fight another day. Of course, Damian Priest awaits the winner of this matchup 3 weeks from tonight in Miami. But the eyes of the world have descended upon Germany for Finn Balor and Ilja Dragunov once more with the world title on the line, and here we go! Ilja Dragunov fighting on home soil, although Finn Balor not unfamiliar with the land that he fights on tonight. But Ilja Dragunov certainly backed by 13,000 strong here in the Uber Arena. Ilja has already had a career year in 2025. Just imagine if he's able to conquer Finn Balor once again tonight and become a two-time World Heavyweight Champion. Finn Balor looking to make sure that is not going to be the case, looking to do what he has been unable to do in this calendar year, and that's defeat Ilja Dragunov one way or another when the world title's on the line. Balor's been able to defeat Ilja, although he hasn't pinned Ilja Dragunov's shoulders. He's been on the winning side in tag team matches. You go back to the spring, when that world title's on the line and it's Balor and it's Ilja, even when Jey Uso was part of the fray, Ilja has been standing on top. That's what Balor's looking to change here tonight. Unloading on Ilja in the corner here. Ilja said he'd throw 1,000 strikes. Balor may be looking to beat another punch. There's one thing we know about Ilja Dragunov. He is not intense. He is the definition of intensity, and he will not stop coming. Saw how much it took out of AJ Styles to defeat Ilja Dragunov at SummerSlam. Had to drop him on his head with that brainbuster on the top rope, and still followed that up with a phenomenal forearm and a Styles clash to finally slay the Mad Dragon on that night. I don't know what Finn Balor's gonna have to pull out, but he better be ready to go the distance with the Mad Dragon. Scoop and a slam followed by the exposed knee by tonight's challenger. Once again starts to unload on the Prince with the strikes. Ilja becoming extremely familiar with the World Heavyweight Champion. These two men going to know each other's playbooks pretty well at this point. I wonder if that is going to play in to the game plan of both the champion and challenger here at the Bash in Berlin. Balor rolling to the outside, trying to create some distance, not looking to allow Ilja Dragunov to dictate the pace of this matchup. Balor's another open hand strike. He's trying to go Ilja in, and Ilja able to counter and hangs Finn Balor up in the top rope. I don't know what Finn Balor had in mind, but it obviously didn't work out for him as Ilja comes off the apron with the axe handle. Ilja Dragunov, or I should say Finn Balor, wants to bring this fight to the outside. Ilja Dragunov's got no problem with that. He is surrounded by his people tonight. Born in Russia, moved here to Germany at an extremely young age, and was really raised here and created his roots here on these soils. Ilja Dragunov is fighting on home turf tonight. This is an away battle for Finn Balor, to say the least. Ilja going to bring this fight back inside the ring where he can win the World Championship tonight. Certainly not an uncharacteristic feat for Ilja to accomplish. As Balor able to get the hell out of dodge that time and drops Ilja with the forearm. But remember, back in WrestleMania, how Ilja Dragunov won the World Heavyweight Championship, defeating Cody Rhodes as well as the current champion at that point in time, Drew McIntyre, in a triple threat match. Ilja defeating McIntyre and Cody in respective singles matches. Wait a minute, hold that thought. Balor dropping Ilja damn near the back of his neck. Got the 2 count that time. Ilja gonna survive, but gotta believe something was just taken out of the man dragon there. Hard shot, hard landing by the World Heavyweight Champion. Now Balor, full head of steam. Behind that shot, takes Ilja down. Now a drop kick to the side of the crown. This is what Finn Balor wants to do. Wrestle his style of matchup, allow himself, the champion, to dictate the pace, and take this crowd and Ilja Dragunov's hopes and desires out of it. Balor now on the middle rope. Ilja Dragunov on spaghetti legs here, and Balor gonna meet him with a missile drop kick. Right to the heart of the Tsar. And here he goes, only a 1 count. As we were mentioning moments prior, during his World Championship reign, Ilja Dragunov defeating the likes of Drew McIntyre, Cody Rhodes, Finn Balor, of course, Big Bronson Reed. Some incredible matches, some incredible feats in terms of victory by Ilja Dragunov. Will tonight be another as he drops Finn Balor head first on the apron. Oh man, and now Ilja Dragunov starting to cause a mess here at ringside, exposing the announce table, but Finn Balor wants none of it. Ilja looking to send Finn Balor through the table, I assume, but Balor sending Ilja back inside of the ring, but he walked right into a series of strikes by the challenger. Ilja Dragunov will never say die. Balor's going to need to empty the tank and then some tonight, because Ilja will just keep on coming. Overhead throw into the senton. Ilja Dragunov looking and feeling confident as he regains momentum in this World Championship matchup. These two have had a hell of a battle back on the 31st of May in Glasgow at Clash at the Castle. Seeing the sequel in terms of a one-on-one match tonight. Ilja just lighting Balor up with the strikes, just as he promised. On the middle rope now, Ilja Dragunov not afraid to leave the soles of his boots as Balor looking wobbly, and Ilja comes off the middle with the uppercut. Into the cover goes the man Dragon, and Finn Balor kicks out just as referee Rot's upon his hand hit for the 2. Ilja now sending Balor to the corner, just looking to keep this onslaught going. Paralariats. Down goes the champion. I don't like Finn Balor's chances at the given moment. Ilja's dictating this matchup and having his way with the champion. Finn Balor's confidence coming into this matchup may have already been shaky thanks to their history. Ilja Dragunov looking to repeat it. Coming off the top rope that time, but unfortunately not the way he so desired as Balor cut him off into the swing blade and a drop kick. Gotta imagine Ilja was looking for that top rope senton he loves to implore. Balor got the hell out of dodge. And now quickly trying to rev up the engines against Ilja Dragunov. Balor again able to defeat Jey Uso a few weeks ago to retain the world title on SmackDown. Looking to keep down Ilja tonight. Nearly sent him right through the damn ring that time. Dragunov gonna kick out. Finn Balor showing signs of frustration, but he cannot allow it. He's got to realize that Ilja Dragunov is cut from a different cloth, and Balor's got to keep his foot on the gas. Balor's been here before. He's allowed his frustration to get the best of him before. He cannot allow it again tonight when his World Heavyweight Championship is what's at stake. Balor taking a moment to survey the scene, think about what he's got to do next to slowly but surely chip away at the armor of the Tsar. Can't allow the boos for this raucous crowd here in the Uber Arena, and Dragunov's home soil in Germany, to play a factor. Ilja sent to the outside. I'm sure Balor's got no problem using his surroundings to his advantage. Anything he's got to do to keep down Ilja Dragunov, you got to imagine he's going to do it. I will say here, conspicuous by their absence is the rest of the Judgment Day. Balor did indeed get the job done by himself against Jey Uso a few weeks ago. Guess I just imagine that he'd be a little bit more worried about Ilja Dragunov. Balor now, oh my goodness! It was a damn coup de grace variation off the barricade down to ringside. That might have been the exclamation point that Balor needed. I think Ilja's done. And Dragunov just barely peeling his shoulder off the canvas. Enthusiasm or lack thereof showed all throughout that kick out. Ilja obviously having a lot taken out of him out of that coup de grace off the apron. Now a power bomb by Balor. Ilja surviving but far from thriving. And Finn may be moments away from attaining the World Heavyweight Championship. I don't like this. Ilja Dragunov kicking out, but at what cost? I've seen Balor employ that standing coup de grace inside of the ring as of late, but to hit that on the outside, coming off the barricade, and Ilja coming crashing down the floor, I mean, that could have crushed the lungs of Ilja Dragunov. Nonetheless, this World Championship match progresses. We should expect nothing less than the Man Dragon. As Ilja now in trouble. Balor, double underhook. Into the suplex, and down goes Dragunov. Ilja wise to roll out to the apron where he cannot be pinned or made to submit, but Balor is still hot on his tail. Ilja's hurt. Ilja's down on the outside, and Finn Balor like a shark that smells blood in the water. Oh no. Well, Ilja cleared off this announce table a couple of minutes ago. Finn Balor is now meeting Ilja on top of the damn table. I don't like this. Oh, but Ilja Dragunov fighting back. He knows disaster's afoot. Balor, however, counters. Oh no! Down goes Dragunov through the announce table. And Finn Balor, after pulling Ilja through the table, not giving him a moment to breathe, picking Ilja's carcass off the floor, sending him back inside the ring. Ilja's got to be done for. Balor into the cover. Somehow, Ilja Dragunov's still alive. The hell you got to do to keep this guy down? Well, Balor doing everything he's got to do. He ain't just bringing his best tools. He's bringing brand new tools. The coup de grace off the barricade, putting Ilja Dragunov through the announce table, and somehow this Man Dragon is still breathing. Balor's got to be scratching his brain at the moment, thinking, what the hell is it going to take? AJ Styles was able to keep Ilja down at SummerSlam, but Ilja's now the challenger. He's fighting from underneath. He's got his people behind him. I don't think Dragunov's gonna quit. Ilja now, a reversal and an open hand palm strike with enough enthusiasm to take Balor off his feet for the moment. Balor sent to the corner. Ilja dragging his body. Down goes Finn, and I don't know what the Tsar's got in mind. And, oh no. Wait a minute, I think I know what he does have in mind. We've seen this before. The Man Dragon's going flying coast to coast. Ilja into the cover. Balor able to survive. Ilja half a second away from becoming a two-time World Heavyweight Champion. Ilja's body's gotta feel like he's been through a car wreck. That coast to coast had to take just as much out of him as it did Finn. Yet somehow the match progresses. Somehow the championship is still up for grabs. Balor off the reversal. Dragunov, reversal. Slingshot into the lariat. Into the senton. Ilja Dragunov's heart still pumping. And as long as blood is flowing through those veins, I don't think Ilja Dragunov is gonna quit. Reversal by Balor, kick right to the gut, and a drop kick to the side of the dome. Finn Balor just popping that air balloon, taking the life out of this crowd. Disappointed they are to see the momentum of Ilja Dragunov come to a halt. Finn Balor better find a way to put this match away, and he better find a way now, because if Ilja Dragunov rallies again, that's probably about all she wrote for Finn Balor's World Heavyweight Championship reign. Balor was hell-bent, dare I say obsessed for months on SmackDown, trying to obtain the championship. Imagine if the first go-around with Ilja since winning the title is the night that Balor and his world title reign comes crashing down. Very well may be the case, as Ilja Dragunov now using the ropes just to get to his feet. Balor in hot pursuit, but Ilja fights him off. There's the strikes again that Ilja talked about. Told Balor he's gonna feel like the sky was coming crashing down on top of him. Balor down again. Ilja Dragunov now. Can he begin to rally once more and capture his second heavyweight championship of the world? Balor brought into the corner. I don't know what Ilja Dragunov's got in mind, but you gotta believe it's gonna be devastating for Finn. Going for the belly to belly off the top. Balor down. Balor out. Ilja in the corner. This is the moment. H-bomb. Into the cover. Goes the Man Dragon. No! Finn Balor still alive, kicking out of the maneuver that put him away back in Glasgow in May. Oh my goodness. We have got a war of attrition on hand here at Bash in Berlin. The H-bomb not putting Finn away, but Ilja strangling him down to the floor once again. Balor had to believe coming in that Ilja was going to be ready for warfare. I just hope Finn was as well. And after that H-bomb, and after that sidestep that causes a misstep by Ilja, Balor may be realizing the fight that he is in. Scoop and a slam, Balor on top, coup de grace! That's it. Call it a night. Or maybe not. Or not. Ilja kicks out again. The coup de grace doesn't do it. And somehow the World Heavyweight Championship match progresses. I don't know what these guys got left. They've emptied the tank. They've thrown everything at each other. The H-bomb, the coup de grace, the announce table's been shattered. The head of the Judgment Day is looking to make a statement tonight. No Judgment Day by his side. World titles on the line. Can he do it? Can he defeat Ilja Dragunov once and for all? Ilja down, looking up at the lights of the Uber Arena once again, as the Prince of the Judgment Day may be nearing victory. Middle rope comes Balor. Wants the drop kick, but Ilja felt it earlier and is not looking to revisit it. German. I don't know how the hell these guys are still alive or where they're getting this. It's the drive, it's the will to be World Heavyweight Champion. Ilja catches the boot and just spikes Balor. DDT takes out Finn, and now it's Finn crawling away to the ropes, hoping to get away from the offense of the Mad Dragon. Ilja needs an exclamation point. Uh-oh! Constantine special! Ilja's still got a couple of tricks up his sleeve. But it's not enough to kick down the heavyweight champion of the world. Finn Balor able to kick out once more. The Constantine special. The maneuver that Ilja named after his son Constantine. Not enough to keep the Prince down. Balor now with a reversal. Kick right to the ribs. Ilja catches the boot. Ilja turns him around, goes for the open hand strike. Balor with a forearm. And another drop kick to the side of the head. These two men gotta be running on E at this point. Balor hell-bent on ensuring that he is not gonna fall short to Ilja Dragunov once again. Ilja relentless in his pursuit to win his second world title in front of his home crowd. Balor another kick. Ilja once again catches the boot. He has read that playbook of the Prince, yet Finn Balor keeps throwing. I don't know how much these guys have left. You see the exhaustion is all over them. I don't know how many more shots to the head Ilja can take, but Ilja springs up saying, "Nuh-uh, it ain't enough." We have got a war on our hands between two of SmackDown's best. Balor to the corner, Dragunov throwing everything he had behind that uppercut. Uh-oh, back into the corner. A second H-bomb by Dragunov. He's not going for the cover just yet. Ilja's going to the top rope. Uh-oh, senton. The second H-bomb, followed by the senton by Dragunov into the cover. You gotta be kidding me. Finn Balor kicks out. Both of these men at a stalemate here as Ilja Dragunov is putting everything he has behind what could be his final attempt. Balor needed the ropes just to get to his feet. A shot right to the abdominal, trying to take the wind out of Ilja's sails. Down goes Ilja, head first again. And Balor's hustling up with all he's got left on the top rope. He's looking for that standing coup de grace, and it lands flush. The cover by the Prince. It's over. Finn Balor has defeated Ilja Dragunov. What a fight. A match of the year contender. No doubt about it. These two men putting each other through hell and high water tonight, all in pursuit of the World Heavyweight title. Ilja Dragunov fought for as long as he could, but even in front of his home crowd, 13,000 plus inside of the Uber Arena here in Berlin, Germany, the Mad Dragon unfortunately just wasn't enough, and the Prince finds a way to finally do what he has been unable to do in 2025, and that's defeat Ilja Dragunov in World Heavyweight Championship competition. What a match here in Berlin.
Here is your winner, and still the World Heavyweight Champion, Finn Balor.
Balor puts Ilja Dragunov in the rear-view mirror, and now 3 weeks from tonight, heads to Miami, Florida, where he will defend the World Heavyweight Championship against his old best friend and his arch rival, The Punishment, Damian Priest, November the 9th at Bad Blood. This November, the heat rises to a whole new level. Live on Sunday, November 9th, the WWE returns to South Beach Miami, Florida, for a night where grudges burn hotter than the Florida sun, and bad blood finally boils over. Championships will hang in the balance. Medals will be tested. Rivalries will explode. Every superstar stepping into that ring has something to prove and someone to destroy. Because when tempers flare and egos clash, there's only one place where it all gets settled. Presented by Noah Nation Gaming channel memberships, this is WWE Bad Blood. Well, a war for the World Heavyweight Championship into a civil war in the midst of the Bloodline. Coming up next, Solo Sikoa set to go one-on-one with Roman Reigns to determine the rightful Tribal Chief. The Rock will be wearing the stripes as special guest referee. For months, Solo Sikoa has reshaped the image of the Bloodline, introducing new soldiers, new rules, and a new order. Dominating Monday Night Raw, leaving destruction in their wake, Solo claimed his mission was clear: to secure the Bloodline's future. Money, championships, power, control. But when Roman Reigns returned, the balance shifted. The Tribal Chief saw a family legacy twisted beyond recognition. And when he refused Solo's demand to step down, a Bloodline civil war ignited. At SummerSlam, Reigns called upon a familiar ally in Seth freaking Rollins to face off against Solo and his enforcer Jacob Fatu. But in the midst of battle, Solo achieved the unthinkable. He pinned the Tribal Chief. Now, Solo Sikoa believes he's earned the mantle to sit at the head of the table. But this chaos has drawn the attention of the High Chief himself, The Rock. The Rock has declared that this conflict ends now. At Bash in Berlin, The Rock will officiate the ultimate battle. Solo Sikoa versus Roman Reigns to determine the one true Tribal Chief of their family. To be the Tribal Chief is to hold the power, to command respect, and to lead your blood. Roman and Solo share the same vision, a family that thrives for generations, but their paths to glory couldn't be more different. On this night, in Berlin, the Bloodline stands divided. The Rock, Solo, Roman. 3 generations under one roof, one legacy, one final war. Who will sit at the head of the table?
The following contest is a special referee match. Please welcome the special referee for this match,
The Great One, the Icon, the most electrifying superstar in WWE history. And tonight, almost as importantly, we must reference him as the High Chief of the Anoa'i family, the man who will wear the stripes as the special guest referee to determine the Tribal Chief of the Bloodline. The Rock stated weeks ago on Monday Night Raw that he had the power and that he will be the one to call this matchup right down the middle, to ensure a winner, to ensure that the rightful Tribal Chief is crowned, and to ensure that the rightful man leads his family into the future. You remember The Rock banishing Jacob Fatu, Tamatonga, and Tongaloa from ringside for this matchup. Solo Sikoa will have to go it alone against the OTC Roman Reigns. Certainly a big fight feel as The Rock is in the ring at the Bash in Berlin. The man who pinned Roman Reigns at SummerSlam in August looks to do it again in Berlin, Germany. Are we looking at the next Tribal Chief?
And the participants, first, from Las Vegas, Nevada, weighing in at 250 pounds,
As the months go on, the look into the eyes of Solo Sikoa is a look of danger. And really the path of bodies that he has left in his wake can say the same thing. Solo Sikoa's idea for the bloodline, much different than Roman Reigns, at least the way they go about those ideas. At the end of the day, both Solo and Roman want the same thing, to ensure a great future, a prosperous one for their family. But Roman Reigns has never agreed with the actions of Solo Sikoa. The actions that Solo Sikoa has implored on Monday Night Raw since forming and reshaping this new bloodline back in the month of March. Solo Sikoa's got a vision. Roman Reigns has got another. But only one man can be the tribal chief. Only one man can wear the Ulafala. And only one man will be anointed on the such here tonight. The OTC is in Berlin. Solo Sikoa's time to face the music has arrived. But will tonight be the night that Roman Reigns vanquishes the new bloodline and crushes Solo Sikoa's desire to be the tribal chief? Or is tonight the night that Roman Reigns is forcefully removed from the head of the table?
and his opponent from Pensacola, Florida, weighing in at 265 pounds, the OTC Roman Reigns.
It was a tag team matchup at SummerSlam, yes. But at the end of the day, the result spoke volumes. Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu victorious by that man's shoulders being pinned to the mat by Solo himself. Solo said on the following Raw that he believes he has now earned the right of the mantle, earned the right to wear that Ulafala that is around the neck of Roman Reigns, and to be the man calling the shots, to be the man known as Tribal Chief in their bloodline. The Rock arrived to say we would settle the score right here tonight. Roman Reigns gave his 2 cents this past Monday Night on Raw and talked about the importance of this matchup. Of course, Seth Rollins arriving on the scene this past Monday night as well to tell Roman Reigns this is a must-win situation. If Solo becomes the Tribal Chief, there's going to be no stopping his hunt and his control on Monday Night Raw. Berlin, Germany acknowledging the OTC, and maybe for the last time. No championships on the line. It is a civil war between the Bloodline family members. Who's calling the shots? Who's forging the future ahead of this family? Is it Roman? Is it Solo? We're gonna find out right here, right now, at the Bash in Berlin. Solo Sikoa, Roman Reigns staring eye to eye as the High Chief of the family, The Rock, wears the referee's stripes and this matchup is underway. Who would have thought we'd be seeing this contest just 12 months ago here in the WWE? There was a time where Solo Sikoa was following behind Roman Reigns, acknowledged Roman Reigns as the tribal chief, but obviously has lost faith in Roman, to the point where he asked Roman Reigns to step down from the mantle back in July, which Roman Reigns obviously refused and really ignited this whole warfare between the family. We are underway here in Germany, and Solo Sikoa is gonna be relentless, you gotta believe. Solo knows he can pin the shoulders of Roman, but can he do it back-to-back occasions? That's the question. A great one, The Rock, here for no other reason but to count the 1, 2, 3 or call for a submission. Rock putting himself in this position tonight to ensure there would be a fair winner, and the man who would be wearing the Ulafala on the other side of the bell, anointed tribal chief, would be the rightful and deserving one. That is why The Rock has put himself in this position tonight. The duties of the High Chief opposed to the Tribal Chief, a list a mile long. Save that story for another day. The High Chief looks on at two men who are looking to lead the tribe as Roman Reigns clobbers Solo Sikoa with the right hand. It is something to see this family torn apart. Blood, sweat, and tears shared between all of these men. And tonight, Roman Reigns looks to vanquish Solo Sikoa and vice versa. Somebody's going to be tribal chief and somebody's going to fall in line by the other side of this bell. I'll tell you, Solo Sikoa defeated Roman Reigns at SummerSlam, yes, but it is going to be something to see, to say the very least, if Solo's able to do it again, become the tribal chief by defeating Roman Reigns tonight. Seth Rollins talked about it on Raw on Monday. Solo does that, the Bloodline gets what they want. If you thought what Solo Sikoa and the Bloodline have done in recent months and the destruction they've caused, how did Seth Rollins put it? It's going to look like child's play compared to what comes next. Who's going to step up and tell Solo no? Who's going to step up and tell him to stop? Solo Sikoa and the Bloodline are going to push their weight around more than ever unless Roman Reigns gets the job done here tonight, which who's to say can't happen. Big boot by the OTC. Maybe the last night we get to call on that. There's a Samoan drop. Roman Reigns with a ones to the sky as 13,000 plus do the same, acknowledging the tribal chief at least for now. And now Solo hung up on the top rope. Roman Reigns going to the cover. There's The Rock calling the pinfall, and only a 1 count that time. Rock said he was going to be fair, he was going to be decisive, and he's got no reason not to. The Rock here to ensure a true winner. That's the reason he banned Jacob Fatu and the Tongans from ringside as well. He wants to make sure that whether Solo defeats Roman or Roman defeats Solo, it comes without a hunch. And tomorrow night, we're going to be live from the Barclays Arena in Hamburg, Germany here for Monday Night Raw. Solo Sikoa's enforcer, Jacob Fatu, set to battle Roman Reigns' friend and Seth freaking Rollins. Who knows the landscape of that matchup? Or who knows what the landscape of that matchup will be, we shall say, and how this contest, the result of it, will affect tomorrow night. Right now, what we do know is that Roman Reigns is in control over his own flesh and blood. Roman Reigns is going to teach Solo Sikoa a lesson tonight. One of respect, one of falling in line. Solo Sikoa looking to forcefully remove Roman Reigns from his seat at the head of the table. Solo off the reversal into the snap suplex right into the float over pinfall. Quick wits by Solo, only a 1 count that time. Rock doing a hell of a job keeping his eyes on the action, making sure we're having a clean fight between these two Anoa'i family members. Former Intercontinental Champion Solo Sikoa, of course, lost that championship to Randy Orton back in August. A little assistance by Roman Reigns. I'm sure that has stung by Solo ever since. Solo got a measure of retribution and certainly took the next step in his mission at SummerSlam and that tag team bout. Tonight, they can all come to fruition. Now Solo just cleaning the clock of Roman Reigns. Ain't nothing fancy about it, and Solo will admit it. He's out for pure destruction of the OTC by any means necessary, and a spinning Solo by the Street Champ. And there's a kick out by Roman Reigns. The Rock right there. Look, that was a little fast count of, I say so myself, but nonetheless, Roman Reigns kicking out at 2. Could be all speculation. It could have just been the eyes. But Solo Sikoa, however, may not have defeated Roman Reigns in that moment. And he did take a pound of flesh out of him. Clothesline into the spinning Solo, and now Roman Reigns getting center of the top rope. But the last thing Roman needs is for this fight to get taken to the outskirts of the squared circle where Solo can have ringside at his disposal. There's Roman dropping the leg, hanging Solo up in the ropes. Roman Reigns has got to start to turn the tables here and write a different story in the middle of Berlin, Germany. Got Solo into the corner. Back down, not for long. Ever powerful reversal by Sikoa, and there's a knee. Man, like Solo Sikoa or not, and there's a hell of a lot of people in this audience who do not. Nobody can deny that this man has continued to get more dangerous. We've called him the most dangerous version of himself a hell of a lot as of recent times, and he only continues to grow more and more. Oh no. On the middle. Samoan drop takes down Roman Reigns. I don't know how much Roman's gonna have left after that fall from the heavens. Solo's not done. He's going to the opposite corner. Top rope now. Roman Reigns trying to get to his feet, but Solo coming off the top anyway with a flying headbutt. Shot out like a damn cannon, and Roman Reigns able to kick out, but you see, Roman Reigns a little bit unenthusiastic on that kick out, just barely rolling the shoulder off the canvas. Solo Sikoa knows that although this matchup has not hurt a 3 count yet, he realizes Roman Reigns is hurt and pinned up against a wall. This punishment keeps up. Solo Sikoa may be wearing the Ulafala. Countered by Roman. Oh, Superman punch! Superman punch by Roman! And there's a kick out by Sikoa. Roman Reigns saw a window of opportunity and he took it. He needed a big time maneuver. He needed something to even the playing field. The Superman punch took out Solo. Roman now throwing haymakers on Solo Sikoa. Sikoa, the former street fighting champion of the Isle of Samoa, ain't afraid of a Pier 6 brawl, but neither is his own flesh and blood. Another reversal that time by Reigns, who sends Solo into the ropes, and down he goes. Roman Reigns starting to turn the tables, starting to kick things into a different gear here at the Bash in Berlin. Solo Sikoa just trying to get to his feet as Roman Reigns sends them both. Well, miscommunication that time. Rock, I don't think, realized that Solo was coming completely in his direction. Well, unfortunately, that misstep just allowed Solo Sikoa to get back in control here, but there's Roman Reigns saying, nuh-uh, you're not done just yet, and a shoulder block takes Sikoa off his feet. Roman now in the corner. Oh, he wanted the spear, but Solo got the knee up. Uh-oh, Reigns missed the spear. Solo Sikoa now. Samoan spike on the OTC. Rock goes for the cover. But Roman Reigns kicks out. Roman's still alive. Hey, the High Chief's calling for a 2. It's a 2, Solo. Roman Reigns wanted the spear. Solo got the knee up, clobbered Roman Reigns in the head with it, followed it up with the Samoan spike. Unfortunately for Solo, Roman's determination to ensure power doesn't fall into Solo's hands allows him to kick out. I think Solo might have just had a couple of choice words for The Rock. I'm not exactly sure from our vantage point, but better keep his eyes on Roman Reigns here, who is clearly hurt, but you can't count him out. There's a reason that several years ago, Roman Reigns was anointed the Tribal Chief in the first place. A Solo Sikoa comes off the top of the headbutt to the abdominal. Another cover by Solo. Not just yet, Roman Reigns kicks out again. And we have got a hell of a fight. A hell of a bloodline civil war continuing to develop here in the Uber Arena. Roman trying to fight back. Roman now, another Samoan drop. Solo ain't no small man. Roman now sees an opportunity for a second Superman punch. Solo down. Roman looking at his own flesh and blood. Oh, I don't think he's done yet. He's going back into the corner. And he hits Solo Sikoa with the spear on the second attempt. Roman's still not going for the cover. Into the corner again. And another spear on the Street Champ. Roman Reigns into the cover. Solo Sikoa has been vanquished by the one true OTC. Solo Sikoa did all he could, tried to counteract Roman Reigns at each and every turn. The Samoan spike didn't do it. The Samoan drop and the headbutts off the top rope didn't do it. Roman's will to ensure power doesn't fall into the wrong hands pushed him way past adrenaline tonight. Roman Reigns, with family riding on his back, with the future of his own flesh and blood riding on the line, finding a way to keep down the most dangerous version of Solo Sikoa that we have ever seen. By one way or another, Roman Reigns defeats the Street Champ and retains his mantle as the Tribal Chief.
Here is your winner, the OTC Roman Reigns.
The Rock said tonight we would have one true Tribal Chief, and that's exactly what stands upon us today. The Rock getting back inside of the ring to congratulate the man who retains his mantle as the OTC of the Anoa'i family, the Tribal Chief, next to the High Chief in Berlin. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute, what the hell? What the hell? Rock bottom! The hell was that? The High Chief, The Rock, just leveled the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns, with a rock bottom. And The Rock's walking out of here like nothing just happened. I thought we were supposed to have answers tonight. I thought we were supposed to put this civil war behind us. Roman Reigns is the Tribal Chief, but I think the High Chief just asserted his dominance. The hell is going on? On the final night of November, the battlefield will be set. Live on Sunday, November 30th, WWE returns to the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden, in the city that never sleeps, New York City. It's the Fall Classic, where dream teams assemble fueled by pride, vengeance, and the hunger to dominate. Alliances will be tested, rivalries will square off, and the best of the best will collide to determine who will be the sole survivors. On one of the most important nights of the WWE calendar, only the strongest will survive. Presented by Noah Nation Gaming channel memberships, history will be made at the 2025 Survivor Series. Well, I am still in shock from what we saw moments ago. The Rock dropping Roman Reigns with a rock bottom here, ladies and gentlemen. But we are live from the Uber Arena in Berlin, Germany. Of course, 3 weeks from tonight, we head to Miami, Florida, South Beach for the Bad Blood Premium Live event. And after what we saw earlier on, we can officially confirm that the World Heavyweight Championship will be contested once more between these two former friends turned arch rivals. The Judgment Day's Finn Balor, no rest for the wicked. He goes one-on-one with the man who pinned his shoulders back at SummerSlam, Damian Priest. Well, that matchup coming up 3 weeks from tonight in Miami. But ladies and gentlemen, it is main event time from Berlin, Germany. The undisputed WWE Championship is on the line. John Cena defends the gold against the Ring General Gunther and the best in the world, CM Punk, in a triple threat match. At Bash in Berlin, three warriors collide one final time. For months, their paths have been tangled in chaos, hard-fought battles, career-defining clashes, heartbreak, triumph, and bloodshed. Now, it all comes down to this. John Cena, CM Punk, Gunther, three men with one goal: the WWE Championship. With the clock ticking on his legendary career, John Cena made a promise to become a 17-time world champion. Against all odds, he did just that. But with gold around his waist came a target he knows all too well. CM Punk, chasing redemption since losing the title last December. He has faced nothing but roadblocks and hurdles, yet he refuses to stop until the WWE Championship is once again in his grasp. And then there's Gunther, the Ring General, unyielding, unforgiving. He's gone to war with both Punk and Cena, carving his legacy in pain and precision. Now, in Berlin, their stories converge for the final chapter. Punk looks to complete a 10-month odyssey. Gunther looks to reclaim his empire. Cena looks to solidify immortality. Three men, one night, one title. At Bash in Berlin, only one will stand tall as WWE Champion.
The following contest is a triple threat match that is for the undisputed WWE Championship.
It is main event time in front of 13,149 in the Uber Arena. The WWE Championship from Monday Night Raw is on the line. Challenger number one, the Second City Saint, the best in the world. All around the world, same song for the WWE Universe.
pounds, CM Punk.
When CM Punk returned to the WWE last year, he had one goal in mind: become the WWE champion all over again. He did just that, not once but twice. And of course the last time was back in December, where he held the WWE championship for mere minutes before Braun Breaker had cashed in the Money in the Bank contract. Ever since that night, CM Punk has been on an odyssey on Monday Night Raw to find himself in contention for the gold, and even when he's in this spot, to finally, once again, hold the undisputed WWE Championship. Will tonight be CM Punk's night? Or will it be the Night of the Ring General?
And introducing the challenger, representing Imperium from Vienna, Austria, weighing in at 250 pounds, Gunther!
The Ring General Gunther. Born just over the southern border in Austria, Gunther became a star in Europe by dominating the independent wrestling scene right here in Germany. Tonight he returns to these soils to challenge for the undisputed WWE Championship. A similar reaction to another Imperium representative in Ludwig Kaiser earlier tonight. Some cheers, some boos, and overall mixed reaction here in Germany for Gunther. Well, like him, love him or hate him, he's one of the most dominating superstars in WWE history, and he could be on the cusp of yet another reign as champion. And the title can't be on the line without the champion, the never seen 17. The franchise is in the house.
And introducing the champion from West Newbury, Massachusetts, weighing in at 251 pounds, the undisputed WWE champion, the greatest of all time, Cena!
We talked about Braun Breaker cashing in the Money in the Bank on CM Punk moments ago. Breaker held that championship for 8 months, and you're looking at the man who dethroned him back in August at SummerSlam. The record-breaking 17-time WWE champion John Cena is on international soils to defend that title against Gunther. And from the sounds of it, the fan favorite, CM Punk. A high stakes, high reward main event between 3 superstars whose paths have been intertwined damn near all year long. The bell has sounded and we are underway. Some loud CM Punk chants here in Germany. And wait a minute, Gunther stacking up John Cena in the early moments, trying to steal the victory. Right out from underneath these 2 rivals of his nose, but I think it's going to take a hell of a lot more to leave the WWE champion tonight. That goes for all 3 of these men. Cena off the schoolboy to Gunther, and Punk interfere in that as well. Well, CM Punk clearly may be a fan favorite here in Germany, which may be taking Gunther even by surprise. But at the end of the day, it is anybody's ball game and a triple threat match. Holy hell, what a throw! Well, it's anything goes, ladies and gentlemen. No countouts, no disqualifications. That steel chair all and legal that the ring general just instituted moments ago. And we talk about it all the time. We get these multi-man matches. Fatigue sets in a hell of a lot earlier. The damage creeps up on you before you even realize it. There's no moment to breathe in a triple threat matchup. There's got to be watching your back at all times. You're on eggshells from start to finish. Start focusing on one opponent before you know it, the other's clocking you in the back of the head. John Cena, the defending champion, but he does not have to even be pinned in the equation to lose the title tonight to either CM Punk or Gunther. Gunther set in the corner. There goes CM Punk as well. Cena stacking up his challengers. And down goes the two men who were involved in one bloody steel cage matchup 2 months ago at SummerSlam. Cena now putting that chair to the corner, and there's CM Punk from behind. A lot of respect between Punk and Cena. They've had some great clashes this year already. That respect goes out the window when the bell sounds and the undisputed WWE title's on the line. Gunther here fighting on close to home soils tonight. And whether this crowd is behind him or not, you best believe he feels at home here in Germany. Ludwig Kaiser already winning the Intercontinental Championship earlier tonight, upsetting Randy Orton. It could be a banner evening in Imperium if Gunther is able to do the same and win the WWE Championship. Looks to be a moment's pause between Punk and Cena. Maybe they're looking to take out maybe the biggest threat in this matchup. That's the man who once held the World Heavyweight Championship on SmackDown for 275 days. That's Gunther. Gunther down out of the corner by Punk, and there's Cena going after Gunther. And Punk gonna get in on the action as well. Well, maybe a little double team here. You remember Gunther interrupted that championship match a couple of weeks ago between Punk and Cena on Raw. Really set the tone for this triple threat all those weeks ago. Punk and Cena with unfinished business with the ring general all year long. Punk sending Gunther to the outside. Uh-oh, full head of steam. Suicide dive by CM Punk, taking out Gunther at ringside. Oh, watch your back, Cena from behind. That's what we're talking about. No time for rest. And a triple threat match. And you want to talk about classic battles this year. You look at Cena versus Gunther at WrestleMania. Cena versus Punk at Money in the Bank. Punk versus Gunther at SummerSlam. Their stories converging on these international soils tonight. All three men have been chasing the WWE Championship one way or another all year long, and now they're all in the same ring with an opportunity to obtain it. Punk taking out Gunther with that signature clothesline. Cena trying to survey the scene here. Punk and Cena saying, what are we going to do? Are we going to work together? Are we going to go out and take out Gunther? Or are we going to go through each other? Looks like they're going to go through each other, and oh, man! Cena hip tossing CM Punk over the top rope and down to the floor. Gunther hell-bent on trying to use those steel chairs. Cena obviously trying to avoid it. Cena shout out to the Hall of Famer Kurt Angle with an Olympic slam that time. Gunther able to kick out. Saw John Cena really fight an uphill battle at SummerSlam when he defeated Braun Breaker to win the WWE title. Braun Breaker, that young stud that held the championship for 8 months on Monday Night Raw, and I'm sure is going to want to get a crack at whoever leaves this matchup as champion. There's Gunther going for the pinfall. That's what we're talking about again. John Cena on the outside. If Gunther would have pinned CM Punk right there, title would have changed hands, and John Cena's record-breaking 17-time reign as champion would have ended without him even being involved. Gunther now with CM Punk in his sight, but there's Punk dodging, trying to take out the legs of the ring general. Cena back into the ring, going after Gunther, sends him over the top rope. CM Punk now from behind, small package, trying to steal the championship away from John, not just yet. Punk and Cena with one of the best matches of 2025, a couple of months ago at Money in the Bank, where Cena defeated Punk to earn his title match at SummerSlam. Punk trying to earn his way to holding the gold on the other side of this bell here at Bash in Berlin, but not if Gunther's got anything to say about it. It's so hard to get sustained momentum in a matchup like this. Just when you think you're in control. Well, wait a minute, hold that thought. Cena loaded up for a little 5 knuckles shuffle. Meanwhile, CM Punk from behind. Cena might have took out Gunther. Punk gets rid of Cena. Punk into the cover of the ring general. And Gunther able to kick out. Close call that time. Wise by CM Punk to take John Cena out of the equation and try to pick the bones that were ripe for the picking as Gunther's now down and out of the corner. And Cena goes after Punk. Yeah, all-out chaos in this triple threat matchup. You expect nothing less, especially against these three men. The battles that they have had in 2025, it's only fitting that they're all in the ring with each other at the same time once and for all. Muscle buster by Cena to Punk. Punk roll to the outside. Gunther now on John Cena's tail. Oh, what a hard shot. Gunther here at Bash in Berlin looking to win the WWE Championship for what would be the very first time. Of course, the former World Heavyweight Champion during his time on SmackDown. One of the most dominating champions in SmackDown history. 275 days. Oh, hang on here. CM Punk. Punk now. Locking in the Anaconda Vice. Submission hold on Gunther. Oh, but John Cena shaking off the cobwebs. Going to break things up before it's too late. Imagine Gunther tapping out here on some international soils that he's extremely familiar with here in Berlin. Oh no! Cena on the shoulders! GTS by Punk! Into the cover by Punk, and Gunther's gonna break up that one. Man, Punk with back-to-back close calls, and Gunther just took CM Punk's head off. Now it's Gunther into the cover. And a kick out by Punk. Couple of close calls. Now Cena off the reversal. And another Olympic slam in the ring general. And now Punk into the float over, takes out John. All kinds of action in this triple threat matchup for the undisputed WWE title. Who wants it more? Oh, look at Punk. Great athleticism shown there off the Frankensteiner. Cena, however, from behind, looking for the belly-to-back suplex. Able to land it flush. Well, one of his greatest rivals throughout his career. We talked about it earlier. Great respect there between Punk and Cena. But that went out the window the second the bell sounded here in Berlin. And Gunther must have been practicing throwing those steel chairs around before he got to the arena tonight. I can see he's got precision aim. Punk down the outside. Gunther in the ring with the man who defeated him in one of 2025's classic bouts back at WrestleMania. Not for long as CM Punk realized that the only way he's winning the title is if he gets back in the action here. What the hell's Punk got in mind? Look at Punk scaling the ropes and a high elevation DDT on John on the apron. Back inside of the ring, Punk grabs Gunther. Uh-oh, JTS. Punk's gonna win the WWE title. And Gunther kicks out. And you saw Cena was trying to drag his body in there. Hold on. Attitude adjustment to Punk. And another kick out. Oh my goodness. You saw after Punk hit the GTS and went for the cover on Gunther that Cena saw it and was trying to get back in the ring. Powerbomb by Gunther. And Punk gonna break things up. Needless to say, Cena had so much damage he wasn't able to get into the ring. Luckily, Gunther kicked out. At the time he did get in the ring, Punk was prone for an AA. GTS attitude adjustment power bomb back to back to back. Yet no 3 count to be had. The WWE Championship match continues. Cena now in the ring with CM Punk as Gunther's on the outskirts, at least for the moment. Punk with a dip and a dodge. Reversal of the WWE Champion. And a knee right to the rib cage. Anything goes, no countouts, no disqualifications, 1 pinfall or submission to a finish in a triple threat match. Gunther once again into the cover on the Second City Saint. And John Cena breaking things up. Punk looked to be out for the count there. Fatigue obviously setting in John Cena saving his 17th reign as champion. It's sent to the outside for his troubles, and now Punk takes down Gunther. Cena's out, Gunther's in the drop zone. And a Macho Man elbow from the heavens by Punk. Into the cover, goes Punk. John Cena gonna break things up, and Gunther had the shoulder up as well. All these men showing some of their best hands, but it hasn't been enough just yet. CM Punk up against the ropes. Here comes the WWE Champion now. Springboard Stunner. The best in the world taken down. Gunther bringing in a steel chair. Cena trying to dodge it. One precision chair shot, and John Cena may be the one picking daisies. Pushing daisies, I believe is the saying, is CM Punk now with his eyes on Gunther. I don't know what he's got in mind, but I'm sure it's going to be disastrous. Gunther able to reverse. He's got Punk in a fireman's carry position, and Punk goes down with the snake eyes. Cena now throwing a haymaker on the ring general. Gonna knock him silly. These men, you read their body language, they look like they've been through a car wreck. They gotta feel it as well. CM Punk still in the corners. The WWE Champion in control at the given moment. Bulldog by Cena. Punk's down. Now Gunther hoisted on the top rope. What's John Cena got in mind from here? Cena now. Oklahoma Stampede. The running power slam. And another kick out. Man, to have that kind of strength this deep into a matchup speaks volumes, especially this late in the career of John Cena. A man on his retirement tour, a man who will hang up the jorts next March at WrestleMania. CM Punk takes down Gunther with Cena on the outside. WWE Championship remains hanging in the balance here in your main event. Cena just taking a moment to get some R&R, but keeping his eyes on the action here. Not looking to allow Gunther or Punk to take advantage. Last Symphony! And John Cena in prime position to ensure a 3 count wasn't made, but disaster was taken, I should say disaster was afoot, and a hell of a lot was taken out of Punk. Punk's down, Gunther's on the outside. Gunther may be getting desperate as he brings out the steel steps and clobbers Cena with it. There's a suicide dive by Punk to take out Gunther again. Man, what a triple threat matchup this has been, and we expected nothing less. After all the battles, all the interactions that these 3 men have had throughout this calendar year, it was bound to be a war for the WWE title. Oh! Well, down goes the Prime Hydration Station here at the Bash in Berlin. Gunther reaving in pain on the outside, and Cena going after Punk. Uh-oh. We've already had one table broken tonight in the World Championship matchup. Cena's got his eyes on the fresh one. Punk, Cena, Gunther all on the outside for the second time in this contest. I don't like the surroundings at the given moment. It looks like human demolition derby and in the ring and at ringside. CM Punk's now the one taking a page out of Cena's book, just hanging back for a moment, catching his breath and observing the scene. Gunther up against the announce table. I don't know what John Cena's got in mind, but it couldn't be good for the ring general's chances and winning the undisputed title for the first time. There's a reversal by Gunther. Uh-oh. Cena now perched on the table. Gunther turns his attention to Punk, and oh my goodness! Saito suplex takes out CM Punk for the moment, but Gunther turned his back on Cena. Uh-oh! Cena! Attitude adjustment, sending Gunther right through the announce table. Cena had his back turned. Punk looking to capitalize while the ring general's down. Punk and Cena back inside the ring at a moment's notice. Punk in the position. Cena once again loaded up for the second 5-knuckle shuffle of the match, this time on Punk. Well, Cena realizes that the ring general somehow, someway is stirring. Cena could have went for the cover, but he knew Gunther would have did all he could to hustle up and break things up. Oh, he had his back turned and now Punk off the schoolboy. And a kick out by Cena. All three men back on their feet. Gunther. Power bomb to CM Punk. Unfortunately for Gunther, Cena's stirring, and Cena sends Gunther out, and he just realized Punk rolled out as well. Well, Cena's got nobody to pin. He's got to make a choice. It looks like he's going to go after the best in the world. CM Punk now sent back inside the ring. Cena hot on his tail. Gunther once again stirring at ringside. Punk takes out Cena. Levels him with a kick. Man, what an unimaginable, unbelievable, unforgettable fight that we are witnessing right now at the Bash in Berlin. Oh, and Punk off the knee. Takes Gunther down once more. John Cena's got his eyes locked on Gunther, it seems. Oh, hold on here. CM Punk. CM Punk. GTS to Cena. And Gunther now unloading. Going after CM Punk as Cena's been laid to waste. Well, look at the scene. Punk's out. Cena's out. Gunther scaled the ropes. Comes off the top with a splash to John. Nearly winning the WWE Championship, but Cena kicks out. Cena survives. Now Punk creeping up behind. Gunther on his shoulders at a moment's notice. Going to sleep to Gunther. Oh, wait a minute. Attitude adjustment by Cena. John Cena retains the WWE Championship. Oh my goodness! What a match! What a fight! What a war between three superstars who have been intertwined throughout this calendar year, all in battle, all with the same end goal of leaving with the WWE title. And in the final moments, CM Punk delivering the go to sleep to the ring general Gunther. But Punk was lied in wait as John Cena connected with the attitude adjustment one more time on the Second City Saint. And after a hellacious triple threat matchup that we will not soon forget between three of the best that this industry has ever seen, the never seen 17-time record-breaking champion holds on to the gold. Just one more moment longer. What a match here in Berlin.
Here is your winner, and still the undisputed WWE Champion, the greatest of all time, Cena.
What a night it has been inside of the Uber Arena in front of 13,000 strong on these Germany international soils. We thank you for joining us at the Bash in Berlin. 3 weeks from tonight, we head to Miami for Bad Blood. And the only question from here is what the hell is going to happen next? John Cena retains the WWE Championship. The 17th-time championship reign of the greatest of all time rolls on one night longer. Good night for the Bash in Berlin, live from Berlin, Germany.